Why, hello there. Welcome back to 2B2T. We are here with 672, which probably means lots of lag. Ah, yes. Okay, anyways. Um, we're throwing blocks. Yes, that's what we're going to do this episode. No, we're working on the palace. So, in the last episode, you saw that we completed, well, I wouldn't say completed, but we mapped out this whole section and the facade, the outer facade. Off camera, we put a creeper in a window. Hi, Mr. Creeper. We put up this, and we started this here and this, and we went all the way around to where we even have it connected here. Now, I do need to go down and work on this level, on this side, and this side. And then I'm deciding, this was a big challenge, of what to do here. So originally, I had it going back in and out, and that's fine. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this roof go up to here. So that's why I kind of started a little edge right here. Because it just looked odd with this roof coming down into a wall like that. So that's what we'll do there. And then, of course, build it up. Uh-oh. We have a delivery. All right, we are back. I had ordered a bunch of kitty food. I also ordered lunch, but the lunch is not here yet. All right, anyways, back to what we're doing. So you can see I've built up the roof around this edge because this is where the stairwell comes up. So what I'm planning, besides killing the creeper, is making like a glass dome thing right here above the stairway. And then this would be like a little entrance to where there's the halls going around with... I'll build up stairs so that you're standing at the level of the windows and whatnot. And it'll be kind of like an open area here that'll take off that way. And so on and so forth. And right now we're trying to put up this little spot, which we've figured out what we're going to do. All kinds of beeps. Is that my food coming, or is it just the... I ordered kitty food? Haha, because I got to take care of the kitties. Let me see. Okay, so no, it's not my food yet. All right, the phone was just making lots of noise. All right, so let's put this in. I'm a little divided here and there of my build because in some cases it looks like I've made it too uniform. Not in shape, but I mean just in the the block choices and stuff. Because I've made this whole back side kind of this single facade of these here, whereas in lower levels and stuff it varies a little bit, but I think I'm okay with the design element that I've got going. I mean, it doesn't look bad, so you know, why am I complaining, right? All right, let's put these in. Whoops, wrong spot. Come here, you don't belong there. All right, and then this, and then we gotta come over here, take you out, place you, put you in. Where's, there they are, cracked. Kitty, can you lay down? I know you just popped up here, but I can't see what I'm doing. I gotta scroll through these because I can only see the corner of my screen. There it is. She's decided to clean her foot. So, yes, I see a foot. That's about all I see. It's taking up half the screen, half the monitor. I've got big monitor. Problem is instead of sitting in front of the one with the recording elements, you know, they gotta sit in front of the one with the game on it. I will speak the English soon. All right, so let's put these in. I have no idea yet, honestly, on how I'm going to design the inside yet. Like, what type of rooms, how large should some of them be? Obviously, we need lots more bedrooms and miscellaneous studies and stuff like that, I think. Because in this whole thing so far, we've only got 6 places to sleep. And it's a palace. Don't palaces have, like, 100 bedrooms, usually? Right? Something like that? I don't know. All right. Now we're going to do this section here. It's kind of a little awkward because the edge needs to be right here, but I've built up the piece, the part. But that's all right. We're going to make it work. We're going to do that, which means we can take off that and do that. Perfect. All right. So that completes this corner. We're good. We're all slabbed up. There's nowhere for the oogly booglies to spawn. So we're excellent. What level is that? Is this one? This one. Is it this level? Yeah, it's even with that. Okay, so maybe I might. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the same thing that I did on the other side, or on that other little alcove. Which means we'll do that. This will go up there. We'll go up to the top. And then we'll do that. Okay, cool. That works. All right, now, how do I want to do this whole section? Well, ideally, I'm going to put this here with... Am I going to put that there? Or am I going to put it like this? So that I can put in... yeah. I kind of wanted to change it. I didn't necessarily want... Let's change it up. That one's fine. It's okay if it doesn't look identical to the lower floors, right? Yeah, this is going to be a little bit. So we'll put one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. Technically, that means there would be one here. Like that. And that would be okay. Yes, that will be okay. Why? Because I say so. All right, so we're going to do this. The constant up and down makes it difficult for block placement, but we will survive. We can do this. We have the brain power. I know. I shouldn't do such things. You're probably begging me. You're watching the video and saying, Fusion, we don't need the voices. Just get on with the building. We don't need your little voices and, the little commentary stuff. And we're just here to look at the build. Yes. That's all we're interested in. Right? Right? Probably. Okay, I'll shut up. I thought about shutting up like that there, but it's just too quiet. All you hear is the little bit of thump, thump, thump of the blocks. I know you want more than that. You know, you're a demanding audience. You expect there to be excitement. I would put music on, like I would play Fat Rat. I don't know if you know Fat Rat, but great music. I don't know if you want to call it modern techno or new age, or I don't know. I honestly I don't keep up with the music scene. I apologize. Um, they give all this music, names and stuff, and you know, it's just music. I know, pathetic, right? People would be like probably chasing me down with hammers and shovels, and how dare you say it's just music? My bad that I don't keep up with it all. Terrible. I mean, there's the easy stuff that you can classify, all right, if it's country or, but well, I can't even say that because today they'll divvy it up. They'll say it's country western or it's country something another. I actually don't know. And then there's soft rock and hard rock. Is there a medium rock? I mean, there's a soft and a hard. Why not have a medium, right? And then, of course, you've got everything else, So I don't know. What do I know? Probably nothing at all. I'm not very intelligent. Interesting fact or story. So when I was young, you know, like any kid, of course, I listened to music and stuff. And with the internet, the advent of the internet, there was like everybody was downloading and stuff like, music and trying to get music online. Man, I can't even remember the name of the site, but it was one of the first big music sharing sites. No longer exists because there was a huge lawsuit from all the record companies at the time, and they had to shut it down. It's on the tip of my tongue. I'll think of it at some point. But anyways, like everybody else, I downloaded music. I admit it. I have no shame. But at the time, I was like a big Michelle Branch fan because Michelle Branch had just come out. A couple very popular songs, All I Wanted and Everywhere and whatnot. And of course, everybody was taking advantage of it. Like she had music on, popular TV series at the time, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I think some of her music was played there, and other things. But anyways, aside from that, so I was a big fan, and I was interested in the internet as well. I was, trying to explore it and get to know because growing up, I was familiar with, messaging and networking and stuff like that because stepdad ran what was called the Northwest BBS system. So it was a DOS-based bulletin board system. This is before the internet existed. I guess that you could say it was the early form of the internet. And so as kids, we got to play with computers. We kind of got to see some of that and whatnot if we took interest or paid attention to it. But when I graduated and moved out and whatnot, as all kids do, I started thinking, I was tinkering around and stuff, and so I started tinkering around with HTML code and all of that. This was before JavaScript and all of that existed, and building a website. And I was trying, well, what do I build it on? What do I design a website about, right? And so I liked Michelle Branch, so it was like, okay, well, I'll build just a fan site. And there were a couple other fan sites that were just getting out onto you could say the scene at the time, for different artists and stuff like that. And it was popular because you could go in and, you'd share your concert photos and, use a forum, because that was the main means of communication besides Yahoo Chat at the time. And you would start, and just meet up with fans and stuff like that. And so that's what I built. Totally weird name. It was oxalis.com, Oxilas. It's actually the name of a flower, the oxalis flower. It's a very beautiful flower. I don't know why I chose that name, but I did. And so I built a website, spent the money, and geez, hosting stuff back then was extremely expensive, unlike today. So got all that set up and whatnot, and put it together and started created a forum and started collecting fan photos from concerts. People would share photos, and we'd stick them on the site, and then would do music samples. And it was linked in, once it became available, it was linked into the official Michelle Branch site. And so that was linked in to where people could go and actually listen to the music on the official website and all of that. And then started posting videos of people recording and recording their adventures at the concerts and gatherings and meetups and all of that. It was really a lot of fun, right? Any young man's dream of exploring the internet and doing neat things and creating a community, and what people do on YouTube and stuff, and Facebook and everything else today for granted, because at the time Facebook didn't even exist yet, right? We're talking about the only things that really existed was like AOL, America Online. Yahoo was just in its infancy, and everybody was using either MSN Chat, AOL Chat, or Yahoo Chat. Those were your only chat platforms at the time. There was a few other probably independent minor ones. And then from there, I don't know how it happened. Somehow, I can't remember. This is 30 years ago or whatever. I don't know how. I was 18, 19 at the time and whatnot. But I put together a website. It was really growing. Had around 75,000 members on the forum or on the bulletin board. It was a forum. So, I mean, a lot of fans, right? Hey, my food's here. Okay, no problem. We'll go down and get it in a moment. What was I going to get? I needed supplies. But anyways, somehow I got in touch with the family and the record manager, the producer. This was from Tower Records. Because I wanted to do some fun stuff, and it was like, okay, so, and I don't know, I think it was her father or whatever, Michelle Branch's father, he helped run a lot of the fan stuff, and of course evidently they saw the site, why not, right? They discover a fan site that there's lots of members, and they're chatting and creating hype and all of that kind of stuff. And so anyways, communication was reached, and they sent a care package, and it had like Michelle Branch guitar picks and all kinds of memorabilia stuff that fans like to collect. It was really cool. And so I started doing some giveaways on the site, for people posting best pictures and stuff. I forget all the competitions, but we did fun things. And then I was going to go to one of the concerts because I had actually never been to one of her concerts. And so it was like, okay, so what do I do? And she was doing a road trip through California to where she was going to have an appearance on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno. She was going to do a concert there in Los Angeles, a separate concert there in Hollywood, a small venue, and then a a big concert in Bakersfield and a big concert in Fresno, and so it was the beginning of a tour. So I decided, okay, well, why don't I go down? And so I reached out and said, hey, I'm going to be attending some of the concerts and stuff, and I'd like to promote, the site, the fan site. I mean, I wasn't making any money. I wasn't selling anything, so it was just for fun, right? I want to promote the fan site and, see if I can do some things for the fans and stuff like that. And they gave me, I think it was 12 backstage tickets that could be used at any of the venues, and multiple, concert tickets, and yeah, the concert tickets and backstage passes and stuff. And so that was just totally awesome. And so I announced it, and held a competition and some raffle draws and stuff like that, and gave the backstage passes away, arranged to where with several of the winners, I would meet them at like Bakersfield, meet them at Fresno, and meet them at in Hollywood. Didn't have to get any passes for the Jay Leno show or the Tonight Show. That's free, but I arranged to meet people there. And, we went and met up backstage with Michelle Branch and, with the fans that had won the competition. I'm lost here. I'm trying to decide what I need. Oh, yeah, I wanted a crafting table. And all of that. And it was a lot of fun. And the concerts were one night after another. I don't know how these artists do it. But, watch the concert, for example, or we went to the Tonight Show. And then watched the concert in Bakersfield. So we traveled from Los Angeles to Bakersfield by car, met up with fans, went backstage, then drove all night to Fresno, because that's a long drive through California, and arrived at the concert venue in Fresno. Again, went backstage, met Michelle Branch with the fans, and whatnot. And then the tour was going up north towards Portland and then Seattle. And I wasn't going to continue following the tour, but I was going to still go up north because I was going to go to Newport, Oregon, and visit family and friends and stuff. So I took off that way and kind of followed the bus up the freeway until my turn off. But it was a lot of fun, and several times we were able to invite Michelle over to you can tell I'm too busy talking and I don't know what to do. Michelle to our chat sites, and she joined several times. We had big fan chats on Yahoo Messenger. That was a nightmare trying to moderate that at the time. But anyways, I don't know how I got into all that story with music and all that. I guess it was talking about me being silent or talking on the video. I'm going to go ahead and pause, though. We'll be back. I'm going to go downstairs, get my food, eat my food, give the cats food, because it's downstairs as well. Then we'll come back and work on this. We'll see you in a minute. All right, welcome back. So, we are in the final stages. We still have to do that one level right there, but we've completed this and the top, and you can see we've completed this too with this little inlet, and we've completed this side, so that's done, and this side is done, and we also completed this little section here that comes up above. So looking good. So we're starting on the glass dome that's going to go over the stairway here. This excuse me, this section here I may leave open, and I'll fill this little section here and this little section with the roof, but I may leave part of this section open, or I might even extend something out a little bit from this. Not totally sure, but we're working on the roof here, so we've brought in we have to decide. So there's going to be roof here, which I probably want to put a dark we're just gonna temporarily stick some light source here so that I don't have issues with critters. Let's come to the back of this and let's do this on the back of the glass because this whole thing goes up. No matter what, this whole thing will go up one level. Whether it's floor or roof, it's going to go up one level. As you see, the roof is already there. So we might as well just put a ring around it there. Then we can take... I was trying to decide, do I want to like put blocks? How rude. You're going to come down and fight me. Well, here. Bye. I thought I put torches out so they won't spawn, but I must have missed a spots. Oh, I took all the torches out from this section. Yeah, we don't want you around here. Go away. Okay, we will temporarily stick some more torches up here. Dangerous around here, right? So I was thinking, okay, well, I could do this to where I kind of have a built-up part. Then I probably, excuse me, probably want this too. Let's grab these. Let's do this. I don't know if I can get that. Okay, good. But this one I'm not going to be able to. Oh, no, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Ha! You thought I couldn't do it. Proved you wrong, didn't I? Yep. I think this will look good. I'm debating if I'm going to have to change the regular stone down there, but, you know, one step at a time. Too bad you can't make... Okay, I'm going to say we got some weekend shenanigans going on, because that just, like, deleted and then replaced and deleted and replaced half the stuff I put down. Okay, wow. I'm clear back here. Didn't I just do all this? What's going on, people? What are you doing, players? You 600, you can see it fluctuating really fast, too, for a moment, but look at my ping. 18,000. Oh, well, I think that beats a record of the highest ping I've had on the server. Now, so if I place these blocks, no, we're totally doomed. It's down to 11,000. Fun. I'm not seeing comments about it, so I'm guessing it's just Asia ping. Always fun. We'll pretend it's not there and that it's resolved itself and keep on building, because we gotta, you know, finish up this section. Finish up at least this glass dome on the episode. Now, do I want to continue to do this across and just keep it going up like that? You know what? I think I do. I think I do. It'll give it a nice look downstairs when you're looking up. Good thing things can't spawn on glass, right? Actually, I don't know. Yeah, nothing can spawn on glass. That's why we use glass in a lot of builds, because mobs can't spawn on it. I'm a genius. Ah. Alright. Cool. You gotta love my randomness of topics and discussions during this episode. I've been all over the place, and even stopped discussing things mid-thought. Oh well. One day, maybe I'll make sense with what I'm saying. Everybody will think back and go, you know, that Fusion character, he knew what he was saying. He knew what he was talking about. We should have listened. I don't know what you're listening to. I haven't really said anything that requires you to listen to anything, so I think you're in luck. You haven't missed out on anything. Just my shenanigans, that's all. Alright. Finish this up. Do this. Do that. And then this completes the ring of stuff. Now, yeah, we're just gonna do that. All right, cool. Let's find a window. Come down here. So as you're coming up the stairway, you might be able to look up and take a peek. I think it looks good. We'll have to embellish, you know, put in our interior decoration and everything, but I think that'll work well. All right, so the only thing I really need to finish then is this outer skeleton on this wall and refine this wall a little bit. And I'll be good. We can say that the outer cladding of our structure has been completed as a result. Let me see. So we would want to put, again, it doesn't have to be even with the top. Just remember. I know, but it would look good if it was. Alright, so we're going to put that one there. Means I need to come over here. I think it's going to be this one, right? Yes. So that there. Okay, we can move that. Wait a minute. That'll come out right there. Yes, that'll work. That will work. That means we can put hue and you here. There. We need this. We don't need you. We need you. We need you. We need you. And technically we need more of you. Because, yeah. So that would go there. This will go there. There. We're going to get this done, I tell you. It's going to happen. That's not where it goes. All right. And then this goes like that. That's going to go there. We need to take a flight. We need a bit of stone. I can either go over here and get stone, or I can go underneath and get stone. I guess we're going over here. We'll take a little flight. You can tell that since I've been back on this 1.21.6, I haven't flown around everywhere yet around the base area, so there's lots of... Can't see off in the distance. It's like it's only showing the areas where I've actually flown, which is basically between the palace and here. That's about it. A little bit over there. Otherwise, we haven't done anything. Sorry to disappoint. I just took my rockets away, but that's okay since we're just coming into this level right here. All right. And then we can go. Nope, that's not where you go. Okay. And then that will go there. And this will go here. What do you guys think? Am I doing a good job with my design skills? Or is it like, nah? Of course, you're probably looking at all my builds and going, well, Fusion can only build one type of stuff. He doesn't know how to build modern stuff. He couldn't build a skyscraper if he tried. And I will say, you are wrong, kind sir. I have built skyscrapers before in Minecraft. Entire cityscapes. One of these days, I'll do something on 2B2T similar. Alright, so that takes care of that. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'd say that be my window. That's not what I want to do. I will put that there. We'll come over here. 1, 2, 3, 2. This will be the other one. So this is just a little bit different with the pillar here. I think I'll put a thing there, and I'll do a double red. Yep, that's what I'll do. So boom and boom. Let's see how much of this I can build all at once. Probably not enough, especially since I'm already messing up by placing a block here when it's supposed to be the red one. Alright, and then this goes here, this goes here. That will go there, that will go there, that will go there, but this doesn't make sense because then there's an obsidian pillar here when I need to have an actual design block instead. So I'm going to have to rethink my strategy because my strategy has failed. What if I do this? We can get rid of this. If I can select the right blocks, and then we can go dot, dot, dot. That'll work. Okay. So then we've got 2 windows. Let's get our thing here. Put this in. And do the same over here. All right. This part here, I don't think I will create a window. I think I'll just come across like this. I'm gonna do this and that because yeah. And then I'm going to take eventually. Oh, I gotta get up here. Like that. Okay, good, good, good. That's good. We'll do that. We'll do that. And then we'll do that, that, and that. Then we want to do this, 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 and this.
we're going to take some of these and go like this, because I don't want to do a winder here. I don't want to do winder. We need more. We need more stuffs, which means we need a crafty table. There's one right here. I tried to scatter crafting tables around so I could have enough to do stuff. There we go. That's wrong. Why is it wrong? Well, because I want to do this on the edge. Same thing over here. Try to be consistent in some locales, you know. Let me see. So that means this can be these. And then we go doop, boop, 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 boop. Perfect. We'll just try to put this in, and we gotta put these in. Okay. Almost there. We're getting it. If I would have remembered to do this earlier, I wouldn't have to come back and build again. All right, so that means over here, I kind of want to do the same thing that I just did on the other side. To where I do this, I do that. There's thunder outside, must be a storm coming. Don't know if you've been watching the news. Well, by the time you've watched this, it's been like, I don't know, 2 weeks past, but there was a huge earthquake over here in Cebu, Philippines, a few days ago. I didn't feel it. I'm in Manila, which is hundreds of miles away, but it was pretty big. 6.9 or something like that total. So, yeah, that makes it fun, right? Let me see. I think I did this, and then I did this. And so up here I do that. But I also need to do this, which means I need some blocks. Keep forgetting to do the underside here. No. That's not what we want. Yeah, okay. All right, there we go. There we go. Now we can do this. Let me see. So we do this, and then I did a little thing. If I'm matching the other side, we do 2. No, that don't come out right. Oh, here it is. It's right here. Oh. Well, no. This is the center of this whole thing. So we're right. But I'm going to repeat that. Are you going to repeat that? See, look, that's all nice and even. This is okay, even though that gets larger. Okay, I see. But the bottom is... I mean, it doesn't... Is it going to bother me or not bother me if it's not uniform, right? I mean, the only difference is that that column that I'm working on now should just be the wall.
That would be the only difference. Now, up above, it completely whacks out because it's a different room. So, do I do the other one and take this out, or do I just leave? Because I would just take this out if I do it. You know what? It'll bug me too much if we do something a little bit different here on just this section, just because it's coming up off next to it there to the left. We can do whatever we need to. So, all right. There, and then just these two here, and it's fixed. Cool. And then this section here is a little bit different because, well, it's a different section, and most of it's going to be just a flat wall. We will come over here and do this and that, and we might even do this and do a little transition. But we're out of time on this episode. It's been pretty long, I think 50 minutes, almost an hour. But we've completed a lot on the palace. Obviously, we had a little bit of roofing to do. The main tower that goes up above the other stairwell. And then the interiors, which will take a lot of different episodes and things as we prioritize rooms. But thank you for joining, everybody. Take care.